For you to have the maximum outcome, you have to do all the work. Do all the work. With me on that? Okay? And don't be sorry, it's okay. We all have life, we all have priorities, right? Something was more important than being here, and that's okay too. Okay? Let's start with day 2 and the recap of day 1. So the very first thing on day 1, we were talking about importance of showing up with commitment. Because if you show 30%, 40%, you will get that result only, right? That's a fair trade. You cannot put 30% work and expect 100% outcome. Doesn't happen. If you give 30% input, 30% output comes. That's how it works. So that was the first thing. For 100% result, you need to have 100% commitment. So when you are here, right now, when you are here, be fully present. I know there is a lot more going on in your background. Cater to what is needed, but be here fully, 100% of what you can give. With me on that, right? Day 1, also we talked about our villains, finding our villains. We all know we want big dreams. We have big dreams, big desires, and we want a lot of things in our life, right? Maybe it's a good career we want, maybe something in health we want promotion, we want more happiness, feeling more peaceful. Whatever your dream is, whatever your desire is, the moment you go for your desire, what shows up? Resistance, fear of judgment. What if I fail? What if I succeed? Fear of change, right? Lot of resistance show up. And I call that particular thing as a villain, Mogambo, right? And I being Mr. India, how can I kill Mr. Mogambo, right? That's the journey we are on. How to slay our villain, how to be a hero in our life. So that's what we are doing. So we need to know who Mogambo is for us to kill Mogambo, right? So today we will be discovering a lot more, talking on how we will find our fear. What is that fear? How to take over that fear? All those things we will talk today, right? The next thing we talked about was how to ask better question. And quality of question determines quality of life. So if you have a bad question, you will get bad answers only, right? You need to know what is the quality question you need to ask to get a better answer. And that's where we used a very simple trick called, instead of asking why it is happening, start asking how can I get it? Why my life is so difficult? And you will get 100 answers for why your life is so difficult. But if you ask how can I make my life better, you will get answers for that. So whatever you are seeking, you will find. Okay. And the last part that we did, it's not last actually, last but one, was wheel of life. This was an exercise. If you can go back and check, I shared an image as well, and I shared a recording, and last 30 minutes of that is very crucial. If you haven't watched the entire video, go do the activity. There are 8 key areas in your life, right? Rate each area based on how you feel right now. So some areas you will be 2, 3, 4, some areas you will be 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9, even 10 also. So whatever your rating is, rate it and make a wheel out of it and see how round is a wheel. It may be not very round, very smooth. And our work is to make that wheel smoother so that we have a better, smoother journey towards life, right? If the wheel is not round, what will happen? We will have a bumpy ride, right? Every time. Imagine you are going on a car and like your car wheel is oval. Not so fun. How about it's being a pentagon? Square, it will not even move, but yeah, pentagon, maybe it will move, but it will be bumpy, right? So we have to make this edges smooth, more smooth. So that's what. And then you have to pick 3 areas that are the struggle areas for you. It can be any of the areas in your career, in your finances, in your relationship, health, personal growth, whatever area you want to choose. You will choose 3 areas where you are struggling, and then 1 area where you want to work on it for next 5 days with me. With me on that? So all who have done it, what is that area you have picked? What is the desired area that you want to work on next 4 days with me? Give me in chat. What is that area? Career. Beautiful. Parth is like very quick. I want to get my career sorted. As soon as possible. Yes, Parth, you are right here. We do it. Career. Harika also says career. Career and health. Health and peace. Very important to have peace, right? So whatever area you guys choose, and all those who are not answering, ask yourself, where are you missing? Where is that commitment? I understand the 7 to 9 may be not working for you as time wise, but we had pretty much 24 hours. You could have went and watched the recording. Garima says relationship. Shantinath says health and peace. Health and peace, right? Health, career, relationship. These are major areas that we want growth in. So now that you know which area you want your help, what is that particularly you want? All aside, of course. And yesterday, as I was talking to one of the participant, I think he's not here today. We work on one area of our life, and that's how we move. So let's say my relationship is the biggest struggle in my life, right? The biggest struggle in my life is my relationship. And the moment I start working on my relationship, what will happen? My emotion being will be better, because most of the emotional trauma happens, all the drama happens is because of relationship only, right? So if we don't have relationship, if we imagine we are the only person on this planet, will we have any problem? Right? No. We have problems because of interpersonal skills, interpersonal space, right? There are people, we have expectations. Hi Dharmendra ji, good morning. I was missing you. I was just talking about you only, right? So that's what, if you work on one area of your life, automatically your other areas will lift. So once you work on your mood is good, your relationship is good, your mood is good, and it will show up in your career. It will show up in your other areas, right? With your friends, with your families. It changes. So one area you work, it connects with everybody. So focus on one. That's why we are focusing one at a time. Okay. So what is that desire? Now that you know the area, what is that desire? So what you want in career? When you are saying peace, what exactly you mean by having peace? Right? If you're saying health, what exactly your desire for health? Do you want to have more energy? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to feel fitter? What is that? Be more specific, get into your desire. And we will talk a lot more about. So we have desire, we all have desire, right? But the moment we move towards our desire, right? And yesterday we one very beautiful concept we learned was, whenever we are doing something that is out of our comfort zone, what happens? Fear shows up, right? And hi Anita, I see you as well. Thank you for keeping your cameras up. Thank you guys. It feels really good to see faces, know what is going on. Like, are you getting my point or not? Like, just chat is not that much fun. But anyway, this is where we are. Okay. So coming back to the point that we were talking about, we are in our comfort zone, and anything that we want is out of comfort zone. If it's within our comfort zone, we would have attained it, right? But that what we are looking for is outside our comfort zone. And for us to go out, we have to break our wall, right? We all have a comfort zone circle or a sphere, whatever you say. And then we have to hit the wall and break it. But the moment we reach the wall, what happens? Fear shows up. With me, right? And fear shows up in any form. It can be fear of change, fear of judgment, fear of shame, fear of success, right? What if this will succeed? How many of you heard, like, fear of success is a very strange thing. Once I start earning more money, I will have to pay more taxes. Have you said or heard someone saying this? Right? I don't want a big house because maintaining a big house will be very difficult. Right? I have to hire people to take care of house then. Fear of success. Fear of becoming big. We have been wired to play small. How many times you have told not to be too loud, too showy, right? No, you're not. Our system has been designed to keep us alike, everybody as same as them. But the truth is we are not same. We are not same. And we are all in some unfair race. Imagine there are five animals. Give me five names, like names of animal. Let's see what animals comes to you guys. Give me name of animals. What animals you are thinking? We have a cat, okay. A dog, dog. So let's take cat, dog, lion, horse. Okay, so we have four animals now. Rat. Okay, so we have rat. Okay, let's go with these five animals now. We have rat, cat, dog, lion, and horse. Okay, five animals. Each of the animal have different trait. And now I ask each animal to go climb a tree, and I will judge how good you are based on that. What do you think? Which animal will win? Will a horse be able to climb the tree? Right?
Okay, okay.
Dog maybe, may not be. Lion maybe, may not be. Cat easily. Rat, yes. So is it a fair race? Is it a fair race? Asking every different person to do the same task. And that's what we have been trained, right? We all have been asked to give the same exam. Some people are good in mugging up. Some people understand better. Some people write better. Some people speak better. There are different ways of learning, different ways of expressing. But ultimately, what we do, we judge everybody by how good you write or how good you remember. Education system, right? Entire world education system is based on this. And I feel it's a very unfair system. And once we have the awareness, we can go fight. We cannot go and fight with the system to change it. If you have power, go ahead. But why to waste on an energy that is not going to serve you as much? If it's a very concerning thing, go and fight with it. But if not, see what you can do. You can shift your focus from problem to solution. What can I do? How can I make this race fair for me? And that is by understanding yourself better. What I actually need, what I actually want, right? So the moment when you are hitting your circle, the fear is coming, ask yourself, is this fear mine or is this fear somebody given to me? Right? The moment I'm like, I'm very loud person. I speak very loud. I speak very hard. And like, I remember my mom used to say, लड़कियां इतने जोर से नहीं हंसती. Girls may resonate with this. थोड़ा धीरे बोला कर. Right? इतना चिल्ला के क्यों बोलती है? इतनी excited क्यों रहती है? But this is who I am. Right? But now the moment I start to express, I become little loud. What happens? Fear comes. Oh, I'm not supposed to. What will people think? Right? Happens. We all have been, not in this area, but some area of life, we all have experienced this. We have been given a filter, right? This is what the world is, and you are supposed to behave like this. But it doesn't happen because we are all different people and we are not living the life as supposed. With me on that? So the question now is, and yesterday I asked you guys to ask question, be shameless and ask question. That's the only way for you to break out of this pattern. Whole our life, we have done what people have told us. Start asking question why I have to do that or why not I can do that. Both ways. I want to do this. Why not? Right? I am 40 and I don't want to get married. Why not? Right? There is a judgment. I am 16 and I want to get married. Problem is there also. You are so young to get married. Why you want to get married at 16? In US, by the way, it's legal to get married at 16. In India, it's not. Right? Strange. You don't have right to drink up till 21. You don't have right to vote up till 18, but go ahead and get married. Who stops you? Right? Different world, different rules. Doesn't matter. But start thinking about what is serving us. So now that we know we have a circle of comfort, every time we hit our circle, we face fear. Let's understand what fear is first. Okay? And where do fear come from? With me on that? So let's get started. Let me share my screen. Ouch, sorry. Just a second. Oops. Can you guys see my screen? I think it will show up now. So yesterday we were doing this wheel of life. Today we will move forward. So we were talking about this is you, right? Oops, my pen is not working now. Something is going on. And this is our circle of comfort zone. Anything that we want, just give me a second. Let me, my pen is somehow, yeah. Okay, so anything worth having is outside our comfort zone. If it's inside our comfort zone, we can go and grab it, right? But it's everything is outside our comfort zone. And the moment we hit our wall and fear shows up, right? But imagine there are areas in your life where you have faced that fear, but you were able to overcome. It was easy for you to break that barrier. Happened, right? Everybody. Some of the things you must be able to do it. It was easier. Fear showed up, but you were able to manage. But there are some fear in your life you are not able to overcome no matter what. Yes? Why some fear are stronger and some fear are not stronger? Like some fear, we no matter what it feels like, we can never break it. And some fears, we are like, okay, let me try one time, two time, third time, we are succeeding. Or sometimes first time only we did it and we succeed. Why the fear is different also? Interesting, right? Fear is fear, but why fear is different? And where do this fear come from? So see, we as a human being or any living being are created for survival. We are not created for thrival. We are not created for success. Success is something. How many of you have seen a tiger going, I want to be the best tiger in the world? Or I want to be the best cat in the world? Or the best rat? Or imagine dolphin saying, I will be the number one swimmer. How many times dolphin has said that? Never, right? They don't want to be best. They are who they are. This is something of a human need. I want to expand. I want to grow. I want to become big. I want to become better. With me? No other living being in this world have this desire apart from humans. And that makes us so much more powerful. Desires are the driving force. Because of our desires, Tuesday evening you could be anywhere, but you decided to be here. You have a desire, want to learn something so that I can use it and become better every day. Isn't it? But we are made for survival. Our brain is made for survival, but we have a desire of thrival. So we are totally working against our mechanism. It is exactly like you have a diesel car, but you want to run it on petrol. Problem, right? We have a diesel car and then we want to drive it on petrol. Or we have a petrol car and we want to drive it on electric mode, right? Charge it and then run it. What we need to do? We need to change the system. We need to change the wiring, right? There are cars who run on both. They are electrical also, they run on gas also. Gas in the sense petrol, any liquid fuel, right? We have to change the system. And that's what we are here for. Today we will understand what goes in the system and tomorrow we will change it. Day 3, we will be changing our system. How to change the system is tomorrow. But what is the system and how it works, we will understand today. Okay? So now that we know we are on survival mode and we want to go on thrival mode. Okay? Let me give you one more very beautiful insight. The reason we are stuck in survival mode, this is our brain. Be with me, like I'm not very good with drawing. Even though I was at some point gold medalist in drawing, I don't know how I got it. Jokes apart, guys. Okay, so this is our brain. This is the front part, and this is, we have a small part here is called limbic brain. And this is the brain is common in all living animals, all living beings, right? Very small creature also have this part in their brain. And this is what is survival brain. And this part of your brain, front part, is called prefrontal cortex. I'm not going into very detail, but this part of your brain is prefrontal cortex. That is the part where all the beautiful things happens. And this is the only part human have. In all other animals, this part is very small or almost not there. So what this part, prefrontal cortex do is it gives you ideas. It helps you create imaginations. It helps you create memories and experience. Okay? And based on those things, we live a better life. Until unless you cannot imagine what you want, will you be able to achieve it? No, right? You need to think about it. You need to imagine it. That's where it will happen. But if you don't have prefrontal cortex, nothing. You will be same as like a horse or a dog or a cat or a mouse. Nothing different, right? So prefrontal cortex gives us the creativity part, imagination part. And the beautiful part is when your prefrontal cortex is activated, is working properly, that's when you are in thrival mode. Okay? I'm giving you the very basics. We will get deeper into the science, but not in like, very woo-woo science, just very simple to understand thing. So we have thrival brain only activated when we have our prefrontal activate, when our imagination, creativity, we are relaxed. That's when. But the moment we are stressed, everything shuts down. Shut down, all the electricity gone. Only thing in the brain that is active is limbic brain. Okay? This is the part activated and rest all will shut down. This is activated and rest all. And this happens with stress. And now let's understand what is stress. Anything that is threatening your survival, that is making your survival difficult, is stress. Okay? I am running late for my work. If I don't work, if I don't reach on time and it is a habit, I may get fired. If I get fired, no money, no money. How can I survive? Right? So now you know when you are running late why you feel anxious, because your survival is dependent on it. It's a very far-fetched connection, but it is there. That's where your survival is connected. For a small kid, the moment he or she don't see their parent, it feels anxious, stressed. Survival is threat. Because I don't know how can I survive if I don't have someone to take care of me. And this same thing as we grow up, we feel. That's why we feel so scared when we are alone. Right? I don't want to live my life alone. I need somebody to take care of me. Because survival, we have. Now we have enough resources of one single person can live their life all by themselves, but we are not living because we are wired to live together. That's what the survival depends on. So this is what a survival and thrival mode is. I will get more detail tomorrow about what difference it is with me. But the only difference between you being in survival mode and you being in thrival mode is stress. That part is clear? Give me yes in the chat if that part is clear. Okay, I'm waiting for more yeses, please. Yeah, I see a thumbs up. Thank you. Okay, so once we know stress is something that is holding back, stress is the source of fear that we will discover in a little bit. But how to overcome stress? That's a question now, right? If stress is the problem, once I know how to manage my stress, I can do better, isn't it? If I know how to manage my stress, I can do better. How to manage your stress? Ask question, guys. Ask question. That's your key to break your pattern. Break your checkbox life. How do we remove stress, manage stress, take away stress from our life? You can unmute and say as well. I'm okay with that. How to manage work and personal life? I agree. Once you know to that's the question, Anita, I get it. But once you know how to manage your stress, you will be able to manage. Work is giving you stress, personal life is giving you stress, both together giving us even more stress, right? I have to do this also, this also. How to manage that stress? That's the question. Nobody want to answer? Then let's park this question for now and come back to fear. Okay? Fear is when you are stressed, when your survival is threatened, you feel the emotion. That emotion is fear. When you are stressed, your body is stressed, some chemical thing is happening, right? And I will talk a little more about how this chemical thing works. Is how we perceive our world with our five senses. I have eyes, I see the world, this is how my world is. I have ears, I see my world, how this world is, right? I smell my world, I touch my world, I feel my world, right? These are my senses, these are my senses. I taste my world. This is the information my outside world gets inside to me. How do my brain knows about the world? Brain is not going outside, right? My five senses are taking them inside. And imagine like this, my five senses are five friends. They go out, see the world, come back, and come to a person who is sitting in a dark room, in a black room, and tells, oh, I saw something like this, like this, like this, and I felt something like this, smelled something, and it was tasting like this. And now, with all our filters, our mind will do meaning making process. It will give meaning to it. It will say, okay, if you see something like that, it means this. Last time when we saw this, this happened. Fear. It's a danger. Let me release the chemical that make you scared. And once you are scared, once you are in fear, it is difficult for us to take action. And that's why when we are hitting our circle, when we are hitting our wall and the fear shows up, it's difficult to break through that fear and take action, further action, right? How many of you resonate with this? This is what is happening, right? I want to take action, but the moment fear shows up, I don't know how to go further. We all face this, right? But understand this, fear is basically chemical locha happening in your body. A chemical reflex happening in your body for you to keep alive. And if it's a chemical that is released, you can release on your own will also, right? If you know those techniques, how to release it, you can do it yourself and it will be powerful, right? How to do that? You guys are not asking questions. I am only asking questions to you guys. So now I am asking, why should I answer to this? Why should I answer to you guys? Give me answer. Why should I answer about this question? Everybody's like, Anshika, what is happening? Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. You guys are here. That means you are here for answer, and now I'm giving you answer. So yes, it is chemically possible to change our chemistry. We can change. Okay. But first, we need to understand what is going inside our body, inside our system, right? So let's understand very basic thing about the fear. There are two kinds of fear. One is primal fear, one is intellectual fear. What is primal fear? Primal fear is where you are physically endangered. How many of you are sitting here in this Zoom room at your home, wherever you are sitting, are scared like, what if a lion comes and kill me? Anybody scared of that? What if a tiger can come and kill me? Oh, I'm sitting on a tree. What if this branch falls down? No, right? These are primal threats. Imagine you going out at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in night, right? And that time you feel, what if I get robbed? That is a primal. Your survival of physical thing is threatened. It is chances, right? You going in dark and like, in a city where you don't know about that city much. Maybe there is a chance. There is like a bit of you is scared. You will go anyway, but there is a bit of you that will be scared. Like, what if? What if I get this? What if I get that? That fear I'm talking is a primal fear. And that's a genuine fear. That's the fear we want in our life. And then there is an intellectual fear. I will never go out of my house 3 o'clock in the night because I may get robbed. We have seen somebody else being robbed. We intellectually know this can happen. And just because of our intelligence, we are not taking action. Happens. And if you see, go back in your life, how many times a fear that appeared in your life, was it a primal or an intellectual? Was it something actually that was threatening you, or what is something you created in your mind? Give me in chat. Was it a creation or existence? E or C? Existence E, creation C. Was it existing fear or a created by your mind? Right? I see one C. Lot of C's coming now. Mostly C's, very, very rarely, like hardly 2% of things. Like, when you are going in car going on very high speed on a bike on a road, that time you may be fear of like, okay, what if I get hurt? I will like accident, or like going on a tall building, you are scared of height. All those are primal fear. But other than whatever you are feeling, what if I go on stage and I was not able to deliver and people will laugh at me? Intellectual fear, right? What if I start this business? What if I apply for this interview and I fail? Intellectual, right? Everything is intellectual other than the physical threat. And if it is created by mind, it can be uncreated by mind as well, right? And there is a very interesting thing about our mind. Our mind cannot differentiate between reality and imagination. And we have scientific proofs of that. There is no difference between imagination and reality. So if you right now close your eyes, connect with yourself, let's do this activity together. Close your eyes. Let's close your eyes. Take a deep breath and release. And imagine you are walking on very soft green grass. You are walking. You can feel how it feels on your feet. The cold breeze that you can feel. You are walking, and now all of a sudden something pricked in your feet. It's a big rock under your feet that hurted you. Can you feel the pain? Now you move forward and you feel there is sand under your feet now. There is no more grass. It's sand and it feels different from grass. It is little warmer. It feels smooth. It is passing through your toes, right? You keep walking and you touch water. Your feet feels wet. The temperature is different. It feels good to be there, isn't it? Now I want you guys to come back from wherever you are. And give me in the chat what was you going in your head, what location you were in when I was making you go through grass, sand, and water. What was the place you were in your imagination? Seaside. I have not said a single word about sea. I just talked about grass. I just talked about sand and I just talked about water. Garden. I didn't talk about garden. Forest. I didn't talk about forest. I didn't talk about beach. Right? I was just talking about grass, sand, and water. Your mind created that. And if your mind can create this, your mind can create anything. Now I ask you, you have never imagined how it feels like to walk on a moon. And now I ask, close your eyes and imagine this is how it feels. It will do that as well. Right? Yeah, all three. Riverbank. Interesting, right? So you created your beach, you created your forest, you created your riverbank. I just gave you sand, grass, and water. And it can be sensory tub in my, like, my daughter plays like a sensory toys. In US, sensory thing is something like very big I have seen. So they give you like, they give a patch of grass and a tub of sand and a tub of water and kids play. This is what their game is. You experience. In India, kids go out and play. Not anymore. I don't see that many kids, especially in cities now. But yeah, that's what I was grown up. Go play in mud, climb trees, fall down, break your bone, come back, and be happy again tomorrow. That was life, right? Okay, coming back to the point. So our mind cannot differentiate between reality and imagination. I gave you something and it created in your imagination a beach or something, whatever you wanted to create. With me on that? So now that your mind can create and cannot differentiate, why to create a shitty reality? You have that intelligence. Why are you using that intelligence to keep yourself limited? You can create, right? A different story, different narration. You are about to go on a stage and your intellectual is saying, what if I'm not able to speak? What if I forget what I was about to speak? Everybody will laugh at me. How can I manage that? Change the story, right? Intellectual, right? It is a creation in your mind. You don't know if they are going to laugh at you or not. Change the story. You just tell to yourself, at least I will go have fun. I will have experience. I will have something to laugh about, right? This will give you a clarity about where you want to do. So instead of fear, choose excitement. And by the way, chemically, fear and excitement have exact same chemical configuration. Your body doesn't know is it a fear or is it excitement. How many of you, when you're about to go on stage, feel something butterfly kind of thing happening in your stomach? Something happening inside, right? Or something bigger you are about to, like, about to do something that you have never done before, first time doing. Nervousness, we call it nervousness. First time you're going to do. Going on first date, about to meet your life partner, right? एग्जाम के रिजल्ट आने से जस्ट पहले you feel that nervousness and that exact same thing happens when you're super excited as well, right? मम्मी ने आज गिफ्ट में क्या लाया है मेरे बर्थडे के लिए? Excitement, same feeling, same exact chemical happens. So why we are naming it as a nervousness? We can say, right? Even though you are feeling nervous, say I am feeling excited. Chemical is same. Okay. So it is just how you are feeling it. And it is all game of perception. It is all game of perception. How you perceive is how you'll experience. And I will give you a very beautiful example right now. Fill in the blank. Life is blank. Give me answer. What is life? Life is for you guys. I want each and everyone. There is 24 people in the room. I want 24, not 23. I want as many answers. Life is unpredictable, easy, adventure, beautiful journey, gift. We have one life. How come it has so many variations, right? Give me more, give me more. I just got few. A blessing, a surprise, a challenge. Life is a challenge. Rising sunlight, full of happiness and sorrows. What is life? Life is, see, interestingly, a person who is saying life is a surprise. Surprises are good or bad? Is surprise good or bad? Both, right? Surprise. So, yeah. And how about challenge? Challenge are good or bad? Both. But if I am saying you, hey Anita, hey Dharmendra, hey Sushona, I am about to give you a challenge. How will you feel? Nervous, excited. You guys are fast learner. Good work on that. Tense. And I will say, hey guys, I have a surprise for you. Life is a challenge. Life is a surprise. I can change the word, right? Happy, surprise, happy. Strange. Why challenge was giving you a different feeling than a surprise? And that's what happens. How you see your life. If you see your life as a challenge, you will see there are more and more challenges. Where you focus, you see that only. But if you see your life as a smooth journey, it's an easy thing. That's what life will become, right? Some people say it as a journey. Some people said adventurous journey, right? Journey is where you will get experience. Adventurous journey is for sure you will get experience, right? जैसा चश्मा वैसी life, exactly. We all are putting on our filters. We all are wired with our filters, trained with our filters, and that's what we see. And this is what is perception. The glasses you are wearing is basically your perception. So imagine I am wearing a green glass. For me, everything will be green. And if someone else who is wearing pink glasses and they will say, no, the world is pink. Who is wrong? Who is right? Both are right. But the point is how they are seeing, how you are saying. And the very beautiful thing about a perception is you can take out and you can wear a new one. And that's where the game lies. Once you know how to change your perception, everything changes. So if you say life is a dance, you will feel like a dance. Life is a journey, journey. If it's fun, it's fun. For me, life is fun. Life is experience, right? So I will experience. I'm not categorizing it's a good or bad. Life is experience. It can be good, it can be bad. Let's see what it is. And again, I am the one who is giving the meaning. Is it bad or good? Right? I love this one. Jashi Distri Vasi Shristi. It's a good one. Right? So perception is what creates your reality. How you see your world creates your reality. If you see the world is shitty place, you will see the shitty place. But if you see the world is beautiful place, you will see world as a beautiful place, right? How many of you, like, I remember, I don't know which, I was in CBSE in fourth class, there was a story about the barking dog. A dog enters into a mirror room, like room with lot of mirrors, and it starts to bark. You know that story, right? So it sees the projection that every dog is barking back. But another dog enters and it is very happy, wagging his tail and, like, looking around, and it sees all the other dogs doing the same. That exactly is projection of your perception. How you see world will be showing you that thing. Whatever reasons you are finding, you will find more of that reasons. With me on that? Now, how to have a empowered perception. And by me saying empowered perception is basically perception that is helping you grow. Okay? How can we have a perception that can help you grow and become better? The very first step is to start asking questions. You can change your perception by asking questions. For, like, when I got married, like, my mother don't follow any of those, like, homely rituals. Like, we all have been in India, we have seen all those, right? Thursday को ये नहीं करते, Friday को ये नहीं करते, don't cut your hair on this day, don't shower on that day, don't use, like, those stories. We all have some kind of that, right? Don't keep salt separate, you have to keep it with tamarind, like, lot of stories like that, right? We all have that. Go and ask questions. Why? And start asking. You don't have to go and ask for every question things that are limiting you. Keeping tamarind with salt doesn't matter. I have no extra work, right? But if somebody says this is you have to do for you to have this, and it is affecting my life, then I will ask question, right? If it's affecting you, start asking question, and that's how you will change your perception. And I will give you a very beautiful story. So there was a little girl, okay? She saw her mom cooking fish. And she asked, Mom, why do you cut the fish like this? Mom thinks for a bit and then she says, I have seen your grandmom, your nanny doing this, and that's why I learned that how, and I'm doing this. Fair enough. The girl goes to her nanny and asks, Nani, I saw my mom doing this. Why you did this way? Why you cooked fish this way? And Nani told, like, because I have seen my mother doing this way. Okay. So the girl goes to her great grandmother and asks, Hey, great grandmom, I saw my mom cooking fish like that, and my Nani also cooks fish like that. What made you cook like that? Why you were making like that? And Nani laughed, the great grandmother laughed and said, Because my pan was small, so I was cutting the head and tail of the fish, and that's how it used to fit in my pan, and that's why I cut. Great grandmother did something, not knowing, just followed. But if this young girl wouldn't have asked questions, she would have been following the same perception, right? So asking question is something will change your perception. You don't have to go and ask everything, but start asking questions for things that are limiting you. Girls should not laugh loud. Why not? If this is who I am and this is how my profession is, imagine without energy, me speaking without energy. Hi guys, how are you? Today I'm going to teach you. Will that be beneficial? Will that be powerful? No. I have to be loud for me to have this profession, for me to convey. I'm not yelling, but I have to be energetic. And imagine if I haven't broken that perception of girls should be very calm, quiet, and reserved. This would have never happened, right? Boys should not cry. Men should not express. They should be happy with what you have. These are all filters we have been created. All सारे चश्मे दिए हुए हमें. And we are living this life with this chashma. Why should not I ask for more? Why should I be happy only with what I want, what I have? Right? If I want more, why should not I work for it? जितना मिल गया उतने में खुश रहो. How many of you have heard this? Right? Limitation. If this is what is limiting you, हमारे घर की लड़कियां ये नहीं करती. If that is stopping you, exactly. That's why you guys are in this room. You hate this statement. You are here to challenge that questions, that beliefs. So all those beliefs, all those questions that are affecting you, that which are not your fight, don't fight. Don't stop at every dog that is barking. Right? Just go. But the moment you see something that is stopping you and that is a belief that is stopping you, ask questions. With me on that? We are pretty much 1 hour into the session and we haven't started what was actually the topic of the day. But all that we were discussing is basically the base for that. So now that we know stress is something that creates fear in us. And fear is just a chemical response of our body and that we can change based on our perception. Feelings can be changed on our perception. And I will give you a very beautiful concept. Let me share my screen one more time. And I will give you a very beautiful how to change perception, how to change thought. Right? So basically perception is a thought only, right? It's an idea, it's a thought. It is a guaranteed thought, like we have taken it. Yeah, it's taking time. Okay. So understand this. How many of you know about thought? What is your thought? We know only when the thought comes, right? How many of you can predict your thought? What you are going to think next? Can you guys predict? What is the next thought coming in your head? Give yourself time and imagine. What is the next thought coming? Are you able to decide what is the next thought coming? Not possible. Yes. Dinner. That is anticipation. But what's the thought? We cannot know what the next thought can come. We can consciously think about, you're consciously thinking about the dinner. Okay, it's dinner time. I'm hungry. I want dinner. So that you're consciously thinking. But if you're not thinking, what is the automatic download of thought that is coming? We cannot pick. People in a day think 60,000 to 90,000 thoughts a day. 60,000 to 90,000 thoughts a day. Right? Some people think more than others, but yeah, that's what the fact is. How many thoughts? And not even a single thought that you can bring by yourself. It is random. All of a sudden, you are sitting and you remember a scene of a movie, or last time what your friend said, or that food where you liked it, or your mother-in-law said something about something. Anything, right? Random thoughts come. Thoughts don't have power until unless you do something with it. Okay? So we have thoughts. Let me change, oh, its color is okay. So we all have thoughts. We cannot choose what we want to think, like what's the next thought will come. But the moment thought comes, what we do with it, we react or we respond, is in our hand. Okay? And what's the difference between reaction and respond? How many of you remember yesterday I had my daughter coming to my session? Like she came to my session. I was speaking to you guys and she just came. It's morning here for us. So she came to say bye, and like when she woke up, she came to me. If it would be earlier me, 5, 7, 8 years older me, my reaction would be, I am right between in the training. How come you are coming inside? You are not supposed to be here. Go away. What is that? Reaction. A thought came, a feeling happened, and I did something. That is reaction. But now that I saw that she opened the door, she smiled. So I said, like, okay, come in. She hugged me. I put my hand on her and just patted, and I said, go. What I did. It took much less energy for me rather than reacting, right? And reaction, so much more energy, so much more drama, and then I am also stressed, I am also angry. But in response, it was a conscious. I decided what I want to do and what I want to feel. I don't want to make it a big issue of this. And yesterday, by chance, she came twice. She came one more time then. She wanted to say bye to me. I could have reacted. Older me would have reacted. But a conscious choice, no, this is what I want to make it feel. So thought can be anything, but how you're reacting to it, how you're responding to it is a choice. You can have either or. You can react also, you can respond also. So let's understand how you can choose to react or respond. So once the thought came, every thought gives you a feeling, right? Every thought gives you a feeling. The moment I say golgappe, kuch to feeling आई, right? Something must happen. Kapil Sharma, something must happen. A thought has a feeling. Every thought has a feeling. Okay? And feelings can be empowering or disempowering. Based on what action you take. Empowering and disempowering. And what do I mean by that? Okay? A thought came, I want to do exercise or I should do exercise. And the feeling came, exercise is too hard. So now that if I have a disempowering feeling, this is disempowering feeling because the action is once I say the exercising is too difficult, what will I do? I will not go for exercise. Isn't it? If I am feeling the exercise is hard, I won't be going for exercise. But if the thought came, I'm supposed to go for exercise or I'm going for exercise or I need to go for exercise. And the feeling is exercise is fun. What will the outcome? Action will happen, empowered. I will take action. And once I take action, no matter what, disempowered or powered, what I will get? Result. So if I don't go, if I surrender to disempowered feeling and I don't take action and I do something, if I'm not doing something, I will do something. If I didn't go to exercise, I will do something. Maybe I will watch TV. Maybe I will talk with a friend. Maybe I will go and sleep. I will do something, right? It's my day, it's my time. I will do something. If I don't do one, I will do something else. And it will give me that result. It won't give me the result out of exercise. So it won't be aligned result. With me on that? So what thought came based on that, the feeling I had based on that, the action I took give me result. And the results will give me the thought again. यार last time exercise किया था बहुत दुखा था. I don't want to do it again. That thought, feeling, action, and this is the negative loop, by the way. If you want to switch this loop, start working on getting positive results and reinforcing them. So once you have a thought, make it an empowered one. You have to break the loop only once. Once you break the loop, okay, you start feeling, even though you are feeling disempowered, your exercise bahut mushkil hai. So what? Let's do it for 15 minutes. Let's do it for 10 minutes. Okay, let's do it for 5 minutes, but let's do it. Okay, and you took the action. You did the exercise for 5 minutes, right? and the result get, oh yes, 5 minutes of exercise is done, that build my confidence. And the thought now is, itna bhi bura nahi tha exercise. And next time it will help you feel better, take action. And now you are in upward spiral. Is it powerful? This is what we are doing in our real life. Thought comes, the feeling comes, and the feeling take over our life. We are not going towards the action. We are just sitting with the feeling. And this is what is happening. Feeling, fear is feeling. Response of stress, fear. Fear is a feeling, right? I am feeling scared. I am feeling nervous. I am feeling anxious. All those feelings that are feeling are limiting you from taking action. Change the feeling. Instead of reacting to the feeling, respond to feeling. And tomorrow we will learn how to respond to feeling. Okay? So this much is clear. So far, so good. You guys got my point? Thank you for the thumbs up. What about you guys who are on camera? It's clear, right? I got your thumbs up. So now that having this knowledge, how can you change your action? Give me in chat or unmute and say. How can you change your action? It is clear step, right? Now the only thing, start asking question. Now the only thing is I need to learn how to manage my feeling, how to manage my emotion, and I will be able to take action. And it feels doable. Feelings are chemical. Chemicals can be created by my body. I know I can do it. Control the response, and it can be done chemically. There are a lot of techniques, a lot of tools to do it. You just need to know those right tools, isn't it? So coming to the topic, now that we have, so every thought that we have is a thought, right? Thought, let me stop sharing. Thought, when connected with emotion, becomes desire. I will give you an example. बड़े दिन हो गए गोलगप्पे खाए हुए is a thought, right? I'm remembering golgappe and then I'm like, it's been so long, is a thought. Now a desire, I want to eat golgappa. I will eat golgappa. That's a desire. We all have desire. And remember, we started our day with desire. We all have desire. We all have written the desire. But that desire becomes intention when you assign a action to it. So I have desire to go out and eat golgappas. But it will become intention when I say, okay, today evening, after finishing my this work, I will go and eat golgappas. Right? That's where it will become intention. And our desires have no power. Our intentions are, because actions what makes things do. We will know more about how to beat fear and all those things tomorrow for sure. But right now, understand this. You have a desire, how you are going to make it a intention. What is the action you are taking? What is the decision you are taking to make it actionable or an outcome or a result? That's where we are at. So whatever desire you have written in the morning today, it was in health, it was in career, it was in feeling peace, feeling whatever was your desire. Go specific and assign an action to it. What are you going to do about it? Once you know what you're going to do about it, we will see how to do it. That's the second part that will come. Okay? But for now, let's see what you want to do about it. What action you want to take. Action हो पा रहा है नहीं हो पा रहा है, that's a बाद की कहानी. But let's understand intention first. Without intention, you cannot do anything. Desires don't move anything, don't do anything. We all have desires, lot of desires. But only desires which we are ready to take action Fail to continue. We will talk about that. Why do we procrastinate? Why do we are not consistent? We will talk about that, Kanika, tomorrow. And day after tomorrow, basically, we will talk about why we are not taking action consistently. We are taking small actions. We are moving towards it. Either we discontinue doing the action or we change the track. Why that happens? Why that happens? We will learn that on day 4. So stay with me. This is just day 2, guys. This is just day 2. Right? So we need to have intention. So everybody now is talking about intention, right? We are not having desires anymore. We have intention. We want something and we are ready to take action about it. With me on that? How many of you understand this part? Give me yes in the chat if you got this point. You have a desire attached to an action. That's where your intention is. But even though I have intention, let's say I wanted to exercise, okay? I decided today afternoon I will wear my outfit, gym outfit, workout outfit. I will go to gym. I will do this exercise and I will come home. Intention set, right? I assigned an action to my desire. How many of you think it's possibility of failure still? We have an intention and we fail, right? There are chances I will not go to gym, even though I have an intention. We do that. What will make me go to gym and do the work is intensity. Having just intention doesn't make you anything. Having intensity moves you. And I will give you a very beautiful example now. And you must have heard of this metaphor, this story as well. So imagine there is a small baby elephant, like a baby elephant. And what Mahavat, that owner of that elephant, do is like they tie a rope or a chain and tie it to something. And as the baby is small, it's not able to break that, right? It is difficult for a small baby to break that chain. So it creates a perception that I cannot break this chain. Perception, right? It's not a truth. It's a perception. It's a filter he's wearing, a glass he's wearing. Okay, I cannot break this chain. And now that perception stays the same, but the baby elephant becomes big. It's way more powerful, way more strong now. And that elephant is still tied with a rope or a chain, and it can very easily flick it off. But still it doesn't do it. Do that elephant don't have the intention to be free. That elephant want to be free, right? No animal want to stay in confinement, right? They want to be free. So their intention is to be free, but it doesn't have the intensity, right? If it would have pulled one time, like that josh, that energy, that drive, it would have been done like this, but he don't have that intensity. Getting my point with me on that? Right? So we need intention and intensity. Intensity is basically the fire inside you that makes you move. So now that I have an intention of going to gym, how can I add more intensity? What will happen if I go to gym? I will become more energetic. I will look better. I will feel more confident. I will show up better. Now I have reasons to do it. How many of you think now I will perform better? Now there are more chances of me going to gym. And the stronger the feeling about how it will make me feel after getting the outcome, more the chances of me doing the work. Strong reasons. So this is where today's task for you guys today is find your intention and intensity. So you have a desire. Yesterday we created a desire. Today we talked in the morning about desire. Make it an intention. What are you going to do about that desire? That one desire that you picked in the morning. You want to feel more peaceful. You want to work on your career. What about your career? You want to work on your health. What about the health? Right? Be specific, set a desire, and set an intention. What are you going to do about it? I don't know how to take care of my health. Go talk to someone who knows, a dietitian, your doctor, right? Somebody who can help you, not your friends. They are also having the shitty health and then they will give you the shitty suggestion and you will have the same outcome anyway, right? So today's task is find your intention, make your desire your intention, and then find your intensity. And I will give you a very easy tool how to do it. There is a questioning technique. I do it with you guys in my program, but right now I'm just giving you the tool. You do it yourself. So what we do is you ask yourself why at least 7 times. You said, I want to have better career. I want to have a job that gives me this much money. Okay. Why do I want a job that will give me this much money? First time you asked why. Okay. So that I feel more secure. Why you want to feel secure? So that I feel relaxed, calm, and happy. Why you want to feel relaxed, calm, and happy? So that I can focus on something more meaningful. Why you want to focus on something more meaningful? Whatever your answers are coming, I'm just giving a layout, a structure. So every answer you are giving yourself, ask yourself why you want that. With me? Doable? So today's task is find your intention and your intensity. And I will give you one more reason why you need intensity. How many of you are like we are Indian people, so we love cricket, right? T20. Any test fan? Anybody who likes test matches? So which one you like the most? Test match, one days, or T20s? Now T10 also, we have T10, right? Which one is more fun? Give me in chat, which one is more fun? Test match, 5 days, back to back, 50 overs. No, not 50 overs, 50 overs every day. Right? T20, 2020. Why? Why? It has more intensity. In a test match, what happens? They know they have to stretch 50 overs in a day, right? We don't have 5 days time, that also I agree. And they don't have that intensity. Not every over they are playing at is like, हारेंगे कि जीतेंगे, हारेंगे कि जीतेंगे. Test match goes very slow. But in T20, every ball decides which direction the game goes. Intensity. And the intensity is because the players are playing that way. Now imagine one player is coming, he's about to throw a ball and he's about to bowl and the other person is like, whatever, yaar, mood nahi kar raha, feeling nahi aa rahi aaj. I'm not hitting the ball. Will that T20 be fun? Virat Kohli about to hit the ball and he will say like, यार अनुष्का ने आज अच्छे से बात नहीं की मुझसे, आज गुस्सा आ रहा है मुझे, मैं नहीं खेल रहा. Will that be fun? No, because they have that passion. Yes, next ball I will do better than this. That's where intensity comes, and that's why intensity is important. There is no fun in life until unless you have intensity. With me on that? Yes, no, okay, okay. Right? How to build intensity? Good question. And I love that you are going now. Ask question, guys. Ask questions. How to build intensity? I was waiting for this question. And I was just contemplating in my head, should I give you or not? Right? How to bring it? Okay, tell me, how many of you have seen kids? How many of you have seen kids? Young kids, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. 8 is also told, 5, 6, 7, up till 7 years old. How is that their energy? How do they feel? Is their intensity high or low? Give me H or L. Is it high or low? High, high. Always excited. And there's a very beautiful, they don't bother and end results. Exactly the point. They are not stressed about anything. They are not stressed about anything. And the moment we are in survival mode, basically when we are stressed, we are in survival mode. Our creativity shuts down, animal brain takes over, and animal brain's work is only to think what can go wrong and how can I fix it. You can write it down. In survival mode, in stress mode, this is the only thought you will have. What can go wrong? What can go wrong? And how can I fix it? That's the only focus we have when we are in survival mode. But once you move out of that survival mode into that thrival mode, where you are creative, where you are imaginative, where you are happy, you are excited. And that what is kid is. A 5 years, 4 years old kid has that. They have no fear. And it's not like they don't have fear. They have fear. They know how to manage their fear better. Right? They do have fear. They are scared of what if my parents leave me, right? The moment you are in the room and you leave the room, not even house. How many of you have seen that? Your kid will be like, Mommy! Right? They have fear. But they don't just stay with that fear, or they don't constantly think about that fear. Because their prefrontal cortex is activated. They are not thinking from their animal brain. They are thinking from their creative brain. They are always on their toe. What I can do better? How can I be better? How can I experience this? How can creativity, right? That leads. How can I have more fun? How can I have more experiences? They're not thinking, what if I fall from this sofa? I will break my bone. Let's see what happens once I jump from this sofa. मम्मी चिल्लाएगी वो बाद में देखेंगे. Let me have fun now. Right? That is what. And that is the power of you being in thrival mode. And this we will talk on day 4, how to get into thrival mode, how to be that person who can have that thriving. How can you switch? So tomorrow, day 3, we will be talking. We know now what is stopping. Fear is stopping us from taking action. So how to reframe that fear, how to change that fear so that we start take action. And now that we are taking day 3, we will learn how to take action. We will have intensity for us to take action with stronger, more driving force. With me on that? Will that be powerful? Awesome. On that note, let's conclude the day. And I invite you guys, anyone have any questions?